At approximately 2:05 p.m., officers saw a man exit a tattoo shop armed with the AK-47 style rifle. Officers fired at the suspect, who fled back into the business. One suspect died at the scene. The officers involved in their shooting were not injured and will be placed on unpaid administrative leave. As with all officer-involved shootings, FDLE will conduct an independent review of the incident, followed by the State Attorney's Office. This is still an active investigation. Now I'll take your questions.
Chief, the warrant, the person that you were serving the warrant on, was it one of the two suspects, one of them that died, or the one that, what was the situation there?
That's going to be a part of the investigation. We have multiple suspects there, and so that's going to be a part of the investigation when it's all said and done.
So the warrant was being served on multiple suspects?
Yes, there are multiple suspects who are wanted in the warrant for drug dealing.
Were they all in that same tattoo shop?
Yes, we believe they were all there.
And just for our audience that's just joining us now, what types of things were you serving those warrants on? Can you go through that again, please, sir?
So the search warrant included, well, their histories included burglary, robbery with a firearm, possession of a weapon by a convicted felon, sex offenses, drug offenses, auto theft, and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. We were there for drug and weapons charges.
Was there anybody in the shop at the time?
No, over here.
Yeah, was there anybody in the shop at the time?
Yes, there were multiple suspects there.
As far as this guy barricaded himself is what we understood in the shop. Were there any innocent victims or customers in the shop at the time that could have been hurt?
I'm unsure of that information at this time. I know we did come in contact with multiple people when we made entry.
We saw some video of someone just standing out there with their hand up. So were there other people just in that shopping center because it was 2 p.m. on Friday?
Yes, it's a strip mall, so I'm sure there were other people in the vicinity of that search warrant.
Can you give us a number of shots fired? One witness said that there was as many as 5 shots fired. Who shot first? What can you tell us about the gunshots?
That's going to be a part of the investigation, and there were, I believe, like under 10 shots fired. That's part of the investigation.
Were the suspects employees at the tattoo shop?
That's part of the investigation.
How long have this place been under surveillance as far as Orlando Police Department is concerned? What kind of complaints have you received?
So that's going to be part of the investigation. We were there for multiple drug dealing complaints, so that's all part of the search warrant.
Do you know how big of a drug dealing operation they had going on there?
That's all going to be a part of the investigation. We were there. I will say that on that piece of it, there was enough for us to do deals there and do an investigation.
Was the criminal activity happening inside of the tattoo shop?
Yes.
Can you tell us some of the evidence, some of the drug evidence or money or even guns that might have been recovered at this time?
We're still at the scene, and that's still part of the investigation. So as you see, we're still there. They're still collecting evidence and still looking at the scene.
In terms of, I'm sorry, I just want to make sure I understand this. So there were 2 people who were barricaded inside and 1 person ended up getting shot, correct?
There were multiple people barricaded inside, and when we made entry, we did find a deceased person in the business.
And were all the people inside involved with the warrant, or were there people who were just there getting a tattoo or a customer?
That's going to be a part of the investigation, who was inside. I mean, we're just starting this, so we were looking for certain suspects, but it is also a tattoo shop, so it's possible that people were there, but we're there for illegal activity in the tattoo shop.
The person shot was one of the suspects.
That's part of the investigation.
Chief, I understand you said this is very early and part of the investigation. You said when your men and women entered, there was a deceased person inside. Do we have any idea who killed this person?
That's a part of the investigation. So when we made entry, we did find a person who was deceased inside. That's part of the investigation.
To clarify, too, so someone came out with the, how did that happen? Someone came out with the gun after the warrant was served, or how did that happen?
When the SWAT team showed up on scene, a person exited the back of the business with an AK-47 style rifle, and then he retreated back into the business as shots were being fired.
And the person who was deceased inside, were they shot?
That's all going to be a part of the investigation that comes out.
Right, you can't say how they died.
No, we're still at the scene right there, so I'm not sure how the person died, but we made entry about an hour later. After you saw that we were there, the person retreated back in, they barricaded. About an hour later, we made entry, and we did find a deceased person inside.
And no shot fired. Was that person, was anyone shot?
We don't. That's part of the investigation at this time.
We had heard something about a chase. There was no chase involved in this. Someone, I guess, on the scene had told reporters maybe there was some sort of chase.
You mean like a vehicle chase? No, we just SWAT showed up and served the search warrant.
And Lee Road was closed as part of all of this.
Yes, because anytime we have criminal activity or we have any kind of swatting activity in there, we're going to shut down the whole road for everybody's safety.
Can you tell me about how many suspects you have, and are there still any suspects at large?
We have multiple suspects. There's no. I'm not sure if there are any at large at this time.
Was the FBI involved at all in this?
No.
Two more questions.
Was anybody being
Two
held
more
hostage?
questions.
Was anybody being held hostage during this time?
No, not that we know of.
If you could talk just generally about, serving a warrant like this for people who believe or involve drugs and guns and things like that, and how dangerous it can be.
So serving search warrants, especially when you know suspects are armed and it's a drug warrant, is very dangerous for all of our officers. They train very extensively for this kind of operation, but they're at total risk. So anytime you have any kind of a fire like this and a shooting like this, it's very dangerous for everybody involved. It's dangerous for our community.
And there was like a little
Robot dog.
Yeah, so we have a lot of tools that we use. So part of that is a robot dog, and we do have drones. We have all sorts of things that we use for our SWAT operations and to keep everybody safe.
And have you ever had to hit this place before? Has it been complaints in the past?
I'm not sure of that. We'd have to look back at our records and see if we've been there, because I know the business has been there for a very long time, so I'm not sure if we've hit it in the past.
But you think that tattoo business is the only one involved, not any others in that strip mall?
That's all we had a search warrant for, was that business.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.